Hey, it's Asania, baby.
Hey, it's Deshaun, baby.
And it's a light bulb moment.
Hell yeah. It's a motivational podcast.
Show is.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
It is.
Mm-hmm. Y'all check it out. Check it out.
So silly. But yeah, this is the Light Bulb Moment podcast. And I'm Deshaun. But, today is Azania's birthday, He has made another trip
Stop it.
around the sun, and it is amazing.
No.
We're celebrating life, celebrating.
I meant to tell you that in the beginning. I ain't want to do that.
It's too late now. No, so let's go ahead and get off of it because I don't feel like starting over because we got this. That's too much. So let's just go ahead and go. We're talking the chemistry of hormones, from serotonin to dopamine to Oxytocin. Oxytocin is kind of a new one for me. I've heard of serotonin and dopamine.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with oxytocin. I was familiar with dopamine and serotonin. Oxytocin was the one that really hit you. Oh man, that affects us way more than I realized. So,
right.
Besides that, how you been? Happy to have you back.
I've been great. Yes and no. I mean, I had to come back, so it's just it's kind of good to have a good change of scenery, a different change of scenery. But
you back permanently, or you gonna leave again?
I'll probably leave like in July, like to visit.
Oh, okay. Cool. I want to come. I just want to go to Coney Island without having to pay for a hotel. I want to come.
Oh, we're gonna get hotels.
Oh, we're gonna get hotels?
If I ever I never brought nobody home before, but if I was to bring someone home, I would get a hotel. I wouldn't let them stay at my parents' house.
I'm gonna be one of the first people you bring home.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Do I feel like buying a hotel? I don't know. But anyway.
Shut up. Well, again, I'm glad to have you back, man. Even though we still forced to socially distance with each other.
Yeah, it's all good.
Sooner or later, we'll be back in each other's space, absorbing each other's energy.
Right, exactly.
But yeah,
back to the hormones.
Today we are discussing chemistry of hormones. And the hormones we'll be discussing are serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin.
I said that. I already said all that.
My bad. I'm off it.
It's fine. We can just keep going.
We'll elaborate.
So these are chemical compounds that are present in the blood vessels that act as neurotransmitters. They're responsible for the mood regulation, the social behavior, the appetite, and the digestion, and the sleep and the memory and the sexual desire and physical function and response. So basically, they kind of control just about every kind of action you take, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the reason, man, after reading these, like going through the notes and reading over it and like really going into it, it was kind of like that. Like, and then ironically having discussions with people in the past few weeks about hormone imbalances that have affected their lives in certain situations. It was like, dang, okay. Like, seriously didn't realize that something was off. And that thing being off is seriously causing extreme effects in their everyday lives and like work and everything else. So seriously.
Right. And then when things are off, that's when you're like depressed or you have anxiety or something like that. When your levels are off, they cause you to act funny, basically. That's so interesting. How I always thought it was interesting how depression is tied to stuff like this. Like it's a chemical imbalance, basically. I always thought that was interesting.
Like too much serotonin can cause Too much serotonin can cause anxiety, and not enough serotonin. It was either serotonin or dopamine. I can't remember which one, but I think it was like over imbalance of serotonin can cause anxiety.
Right. So serotonin, that's the happy hormone. That one is produced by the nervous system, and it's tied to your emotional response. And unstable levels can cause OCD. When people I can see that, yeah, because motherfuckers get all on edge and stuff. That makes a lot of sense. And social anxiety disorders. Yeah.
It also helps regulate the digestive system. So
Mhm.
actually, that's why man, you telling motherfuckers, I didn't know that most of the serotonin in your body is found in your digestive tract.
Right. So when y'all eat crazy, it throws your mood off.
Not only that, think about this. You're trying to increase your serotonin when you eat feel good, happy foods. That's why when motherfuckers are frustrated or depressed, so on and so forth, they have tendencies to go get the wrong food at that point in time because of the emotional state that they're in. So they're looking for something to help them create that serotonin and make them feel good.
Right. Natural boosters are sunlight and exercise. That's really cool. Get your blood flowing, get some vitamin D so you can get your serotonin levels up. It'll make you happier.
You feel better, man. You feel
and I
better.
think I've heard that vitamin D is the happy vitamin. I feel like I've heard that before.
Is it really? Just a smile? Does it have a smiley face?
Mm-hmm.
Vitamin D. Is you sure it's just because it's like 15 fucking vitamin Ds, man? There's vitamin D3, vitamin D12, vitamin D8. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I feel like when I go to the aisle to purchase vitamin D, I don't know what the fuck I'm purchasing because it's like 16 fucking different variations of vitamin D.
There's a lot of variations of all the vitamins. I just vitamin D. You know, you just leave it at that. We ain't going down that rabbit hole.
I just called myself too. Okay, keep going. Let's go. That vitamin D is good in your life.
Well, dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good hormone. It's tied to motivation, the mental spark for physical action, response to reward, and concentration. Oh yeah, this one is linked to addiction. That makes sense. Because they said different addictions, you're like chasing that same feeling you get. And you get addicted to that feeling of dopamine.
That's why I
like gambling, sex, drugs, shopping. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's that. Okay. So, like, for instance, I've been saying that about video games for the longest. I didn't realize how addicted, like, how bad my dopamine shit was when it came to video games because I was getting the abundance of it playing for like 10 to 16 hours straight. Or, okay, you know what? I'm going to throw this out there for women who have boyfriends who play video games. I'll break this down to you real fast. Your boyfriend has
educate them real quick.
Real quick. Educate. Let me learn you something. Your boyfriend has a dopamine addiction that he is getting from his video games. He does not realize that he is getting an abundance of dopamine from playing his video games. Every time he wins, he gets a large surge. Every time he beats something, accomplishes something, or does something of a small or large nature in that game, he's getting a surge of dopamine, which is feel good.
Right.
So it's making him feel a certain way. If he goes on a losing streak, dopamine ain't hitting, so then he starts getting real aggressive and frustrated because he's not getting dopamine. He's probably already wired for playing for 8 to 10 hours, and he's crashing off his high.
Right, because the more you chase those quick highs, the return starts to decrease.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually you're going to get over it and want to do something else. Kind of like with drugs.
Yes, sir. So instead of being mad at your boyfriend, like, why you keep playing that fucking game all day? The problem is the nigga got an addiction because he's getting high off of dopamine. Playing that bitch all day. He's getting high playing the video game. Neither one of you probably did.
And this is interesting. It says dysfunctional levels can cause Parkinson's disease. That's interesting. And ADHD, of course. Schizophrenia. You going crazy.
Who going crazy?
It can block melatonin, you know, and cause sleep deprivation. That makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. But I guess it makes sense in your overall chemical balance. So yeah, that makes sense. Because a lot of times when you throw something off over here, it'll mess up something like over here.
Something over there is kind of trying to compensate. So why you say that don't make sense? Why you thought it don't make sense though?
Because I think of dopamine. Sometimes when you have dopamine, the after effect of that is being tired. Like you get excited, and then after that, the energy kind of comes down really quick. I'm thinking about something specific. Okay, I'll talk about what I'm thinking about. So I'm thinking about with masturbating. So when you masturbate, it's similar to.
I wasn't ready. I was about to choke on my ear.
And
Go
it's
ahead.
like you're chasing that dopamine effect, that quick high. But afterwards, it's like you go to sleep. So that's why I was like, oh, okay.
It's either like a dopamine or like a feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Won't allow your body to relax and be comfortable and feel good.
But you relax after masturbating, though. That's what I'm trying to say. So maybe it's another chemical that's causing you to relax. So I don't know. But anyway.
You think masturbate? Well, Google it. You take your phone and Google and see where endorphin is
Later. Yeah.
When endorphin is released. Somebody and Google it and tell us on the Instagram page when endorphin is released. If you ever listen to this episode through masturbation.
Because sex make you sleepy. It's supposed to.
I mean, it might be dopamine.
I don't know. But
yeah, it's dopamine. Because dopamine seems like it has everything to do with sex. Because it assists in the reproductive system, sperm production, movement, testosterone in men. It strengthens contractions during labor for women.
Oh, but I know why
prostate.
I know why it could probably make you sleepy. Because when you're doing it the wrong way, it's almost like you're using up your sleepiness or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Versus having it naturally.
But the melatonin
naturally
helps you sleep, man. So, I mean, maybe you release melatonin every time you ejaculate or have an orgasm.
But if you do it all the time, wouldn't you like be low on it? Or wouldn't something not to happen?
If your body's producing it at a higher rate.
And I'm not talking about masturbating. I'm talking about dopamine in general. Like if you're constantly chasing that high, it'll kind of like throw.
Fucked up. I'm telling you, when I got off of video games, I was fucked up. Yeah. I was fidgety. I was agitated. I was my ADD. Like, cause remember, I was all over the place. I was bouncy.
That makes sense.
Real talk. Like it took me months to get off the buzz of not playing video games for mobile apps and everything else. It took me months, almost a year. Like now I'm good. I mean, my mobile apps. I mean, truth be told, I'm not 100% off because I still play it on my cell phone, but I've kind of started weeding myself off for that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And then like, I really haven't been using YouTube. I haven't used YouTube in weeks. Well, at least a week. And I haven't used any kind of streaming app. What happened?
I'm laughing at you. I haven't used it in weeks. You're like, well, at least a week.
No, I can't remember. I just remember it's been about a week since the last time I actually think I used it to look at something. Unless it was like to play music. You know what I'm saying? I use it for music, but like to actually just watch for entertainment. Like, okay, we get off subject. The last hormone that we were discussing was
Oxytocin.
Oxy what?
Tocin.
Never mind, I fucked it up. Catch it.
I saw it in like the corner of my eye. I was like, what? That's the trust hormone.
You let it pass after you saw it. You said, oh, okay.
I wasn't going to do nothing. No. I didn't know it was trying to be a moment, though. I thought it was just going to be like a quick something. But anyway.
No, I'm trying to have a moment with you, Deshaun. We haven't had a moment in a while.
But oxytocin, that one, it activates when you feel comfort and trust and love and bonding and cuddling. So when you're all nice and comfortable and
you never feel oxytocin then.
Feel good. That's when you're oxytocin. It's like, I feel comfortable. I trust you.
So you deprived of oxytocin?
No, I always feel comfortable.
Oh.
It reminds me of that Stephanie Mills song. I feel good. I feel good.
Sing it. I don't know that song. How does the melody go?
You remember that song?
No.
I feel good. I feel good all over. Google it, Stephanie Mills. Yeah, exactly.
I just want this thing to begin the party, and that's all. I know if I actually do it, you want to do it.
But this makes sense. It assists in the reproductive system because you got to be comfortable to reproduce. So that makes sense. Sperm production, movement, and testosterone in men.
What you mean you
Strengthens
gotta be comfortable?
erection. Huh?
What you mean you gotta be comfortable?
You got to be comfortable. You have to be relaxed. You have to trust your partner.
True.
You have to trust
Otherwise,
you.
you ain't comfortable. That sliding in part ain't gonna be easy.
That's a whole nother podcast. I mean, like podcasts, like different people, not just episodes. That's a whole nother thing, So we're gonna keep right on moving. It strengthens contractions during labor.
Okay, so I was wrong. I was reading oxytocin. Not dopamine earlier when I was reading my notes. That was oxytocin when I was giving the.
Oh, you suck.
Yeah,
You done gave the people the wrong information and stuff?
Yeah, I did. Thank you for. See, I just corrected myself in the process.
Okay. But oxytocin, it strengthens contractions during labor. Oh, I was watching a video about that. How ladies, they want to take this drug called Pitocin because it it helps them with labor. It stimulates oxytocin production in the body when contractions aren't strong enough. So.
Man, I respect women, man. They got, man. Ooh, that's a whole nother podcast. A whole nother podcast.
Mm-hmm. But you can also have too much oxytocin. When it's too high in men, it can cause benign prostatic hyperplasia, swollen prostate, which makes it hard to pee. Why did she put this complicated word in here? Benign prostatic hyperplasia.
Swollen prostate. Swollen prostate. Why she put this?
Benign prostatic hyperplasia. Like, I am not a doctor. But basically, it make it hurt to pee. It make it hard to pee. And if it's too low in women, it can prevent breastfeeding. That's very important, breastfeeding.
Oh, I hate this dude.
Oh, and it's linked to autism. That's interesting. Low levels are linked to autism. A lot of things are linked to autism. That's a whole nother.
How do you balance your oxytocin? That's the question.
I don't know.
How do you balance?
Meditate. I don't know.
I wish I used my phone. I bet you it is. My better meditation probably does help with balancing oxytocin, dopamine, fucking everything. Melatonin.
Well, if there's a drug that you can take that stimulates it, I'm sure it's something else you can take.
Hold on.
Pitocin.
The Pitocin. Something else you could take for the Pitocin. I had to back out.
But no, I said Pitocin.
Oh, I got smart about the rules. But nah, man, the whole purpose, I figure like, the more you know about your body, man, the more you know about yourself and why you function and maybe why certain things in your life are living off. It did. So kind of just wanted to point out different little bitty hormones and just, plant a seed and hope it grows into tree.
Right. We always do these podcasts to give people, that little spark to do more research on their own. So, go and look up serotonin, dopamine.
Try to give you that right.
Yeah. Just to kind of make you think a little bit. Give you a light bulb moment. Damn.
Melanin. Not melanin. What's the sleep? What's the
melatonin?
Melatonin. I said melanin. Yeah, look up melanin. Shit, look up melanin.
You can take melatonin pills.
I mean, they work, but they don't work, but they work.
I was told it didn't work for me either, but I was told they work if you take them on a regular.
So you gotta be consistent with them so it regulates your system?
Yeah, something like that. At least that's what I was told.
You can't just take one night because you want to go to sleep and then think you're gonna go to sleep.
Right, it may not work. You have to and I was told that you could take a lot more than we take. They say you could take up to a lot. I ain't gonna say the number, but you could take more than what we take.
Whisper the number. Whisper it.
A lot. You know, I'm responsible for nobody getting their stomach pumped.
Fucking melatonin overdose. Deshaun said that I could take this minute. What the Cosmos looking like, dog?
Well, it is a full moon, a full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. It is a lunar eclipse, which makes so much sense because it's telling us to call for justice, evoke the power of your voice, a karmic reset, releasing the highest potential of blockages, and set intentions around 7 days, month 7, something stuff like that. Interesting. But that's a lot of stuff that we're going through right now, as far as like the whole protest and everything that's been going on with even coronavirus, as far as just the karmic reset. Things are resetting. People are using their voice. They're calling for justice. And a lot of things are just kind of, I don't know. It's a lot of chaos, but I think a lot is going to come from it. So
is it really chaos though? It only is chaos if you don't understand how the wheel and the mechanism and the machine is working. Like for instance, if you're watching beer bottle assembly line when it makes the drinks, if you look at it, it looks chaotic, right? Because you don't know what none of this shit none of the shit is doing. What it does, I'm fucking up right now. But once you understand the system, if you start paying attention and studying the system and how it works and the best moves to make it efficient, like then it doesn't seem chaotic. Like it's protesting. The rioting, I don't see the rioting as chaos. The rioting is part of the frustration. That's how it works. People are frustrated.
I would say it's just a lot going on. And I would say a lot of times it's chaos even when you can tell what's going on.
See, I don't
just
think
because you watched the movie and you know a chaotic part gonna happen, that doesn't stop it from being a chaotic part. It's still chaotic. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. It's gonna be the same thing. Even if it's predictable chaos, it's chaos. But anyway.
I digress. So you don't say that no more? That's not your tagline no more?
I digress. I just say that. Stop taking my word. Second joke.
You don't use it no more.
But it's mine.
I digress, man.
Also, y'all, 2 episodes ago, we talked about the 4 planets being in retrograde. So here's some fun facts. The last time Saturn was in Aquarius was during the Rodney King riots. The last time Pluto was in Capricorn was the American Revolution. Neptune was in Pisces when Rome fell. And that is what's currently happening. So, the Cosmos be knowing. Why is that necessary?
I love you so much. Oh man, it wasn't. That's why I didn't. It wasn't never necessary. And it does anything that I do never necessary.
For some reason, your sound breaking up. I don't know why, but we're gonna go ahead and end.
That's probably.
But anyway,
yeah. I mean, we can't go nowhere. I mean, like, shit, we can only go forward. Shit. All right, Deshaun Durant.
Thank y'all so much for listening. Make sure y'all comment, subscribe, like on YouTube, share. We also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Yo, iTunes, they love us on iTunes. That's why everybody.
iTunes is where we rock out at. So iTunes for sure.
iTunes Podcast.
The Lite-Bulb Moment on Instagram,
Facebook. We got a Facebook page. Twitter page comes soon. We got no man, we got Mother's House Podcast, Will and Deshaun Podcast.
I want to mention that. Second joke. But there are other things that we do as well. And thank y'all so much for listening.
Ooh, you bitch.
And for sure, check out Mother's House Podcast and
no, nigga, nobody came out y'all this shit.
It's too late now. You want to say something about it?
No, I was trying to pop your
out of you.
Come at me. Ugh, baby, with all that. All right, man.
That's funny. Bye.
Bye.